Mr. McCook is the president and founder of the Jamaican International Independence Foreign Song Competition. He's the CEO of Stilesboro Personal Care Home and the broker owner of Georgia Dream Homes Realty and New York Dream Homes Realty. Let us welcome Mr. Garfield McCook to the A Collision with Purpose project Under the Spotlight.
Thank you, Dr. Stephenson. Thanks for that great welcome.
Mr. McCook, let's talk about purpose, all right? And please define purpose in a general way.
I think in a general way, it's where you are in your life heading to that goal. I know we had an interview prior, and over the period I've thought about it. And so I think it's where you are in life and what you're focusing on at that time in your life. Because Laxley, I realized that since our last discussion, you realize purpose can change, and it does change. So it's where I am right now, and what's my goal right now? What's my purpose right now? What am I aiming for? There's got to be something right now that I am working towards, and that end result would be what the purpose of the event was, or scenario and the ultimate goal.
Could it be that that thing you're working towards right now is in alignment with a greater purpose?
Yes, I think so. It is, and it's purpose. I think have different steps, and this is just a step I'm at right now. Yes, working towards that bigger purpose. As you move along in life, you realize that some of the purposes you had before, they're gone, but now there's that ultimate purpose. And I think the ultimate purpose for me is fulfillment of life, happiness, and just, enjoying mankind. So anything I'm doing right now, it's on that road or that track to that ultimate purpose right now.
I had one of my guests, and I thought she explained it very well.
Mm-hmm.
For her, purpose is your purpose. However, you have different assignments, different things that you do to get to that purpose. And those are the things that tend to change, according to her. And I thought it was a pretty good explanation. Because that, if your purpose is about caring and giving, that generally remains the same, but you go about doing it in different ways.
Different ways. That's correct.
Yeah.
That's correct.
All right. So is it important that you and others should have an understanding of their purpose?
Yes. If you don't, it would be like you're just out there in space, just floating, not knowing what's going on, nothing to anchor you and for you to focus. So you'd be just out there, just unaware. So it's something I think you have to, at the time of your life, determine and work towards, building blocks or steps to reach that ultimate goal. So I think that's my understanding or my concept.
And who wants to be out there floating, right? You can look at those astronauts, right? And
yes.
Up in space, right? They have to anchor them with some type of connection, right? If not, they float away.
There's got to be an anchor, Doc. There's got to be an anchor.
Let's talk about your purpose. Talk about your purpose.
My purpose is to be the best I can for me and my family and mankind. Because you mentioned earlier about you have a purpose, but there are different facets of the purpose or different phases. So right now in my life, I think you mentioned the personal care home earlier. I look at my residents there as God's children. So each time I touch them, I say to myself, I'm doing God's work. So my purpose now is to make them as comfortable as possible. They're no longer in their home environment. So our home is now their home. And one of the things I communicate to families coming in, I said, hey, when mom or dad comes, one of the things you got to realize is they're now our grandparents, and you have to accept that. So my purpose now, Laxley, is to just to see them put a smile on their face, make sure they're healthy, make sure they're living a good enough life. A lot of people think that you're in a personal care home or so now and life is over. No, we're doing our best. It may be the end stage of their life, but my purpose is to make sure they are living a good life.
I mean, that is quite a responsibility you have there. You know, you talk about someone in the, what do you call it, twilight?
Yeah.
And you're entrusted with that responsibility to take care of them. How did you end up there? How did this happen? How did that,
You know, and this is, I thank you for that question, because nowhere in my wildest dream did I think I'd be doing this. But back in 2008, when the real estate market kind of went south, I had to reconvene and say, okay, where do we go now? We have this nice place on 1 acre and a third. What can we do with it? There are options. You rent it, you sell it, you lose it, and none of those seem like viable options. And then my wife and I, Andrea, who's a registered nurse, always wanted to give back. We came from Jamaica, we're here, and we think we have been blessed. So it's our way of giving back. So the light bulb went off to say, let's investigate if that's a possibility there. And the county said, yeah, sure. And they told us we were licensed for 3. And we soon realized that 3, although we're giving back, 3 would not be able to, make us live. So we had to expand. Right now we're 10 rooms, or going up to 12 rooms. So my purpose at that time when this happened was real estate. Again, a humanitarian thing, trying to get people in homes and then shift the focus somewhat, but again, still in the people person business. And so that's my purpose right now. And that's how that came about.
So situations, events, 2008, big things happening in the real estate industry and the economy, period, triggered something in you. You had a collision with your purpose. And
that's correct.
And you got into the business of taking care of the elderly, which is a very important piece. Big stuff there.